Yo, yo, yo. This is Reverse Polarity. I'm your boy, High Five Vega. I'm joined, as always, by the man who never sleeps, the toe shoe titan, the man who thinks Jar Jar Binks is actually okay. He's Dean
I mean,
Vega.
he is. What's
Yeah.
happening?
What's up?
I was thinking about the yo thing,
Yeah.
and I think yo, it's your boy High Five Vegas should just be it.
The
Like
standard.
just roll right into it. Just yo, it's your boy High Five Vegas. Just be the '90s. Roll right into it, guy. Boom, done.
Yeah.
And,
And
just
knock
make
it
it a
out the park.
statement. Yeah, just drop them both, get it over with, and then I mean, you need that show opener. I mean that is the one consistent thing that it's like we always have the consistent show opener. That's good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. That's
Right.
and the end is always the same. Good night.
Yeah.
And on to the next one. So it's like that bookend of it's like people know it's over, and it's like, all right, well, that was fun.
I like that. I want to do this, but I'm not going to. Just drop the video out in the middle of talking, like a produced video, not the show.
Oh yeah,
just be talking to.
I got one show I listened to. The guy just goes bye, and it's like as soon as that Y just black, boom. And you're like, and then it's black, and then it jumps into some like trailer shit that's like super loud, so it just like smacks you in the face if you were actually. I'm like, that's not bad.
Can we talk about intros? The volume of intros on YouTube channels. My God, like what are they listening to their videos? First of all, are they listening back or at least looking at the levels? Like what's going on?
One of the things we always talk about in our class is like, listen, here's the deal. You paid some dude or some guy hooked you up with that cool little intro that everybody has. It's that sizzling name, spinning, twirling, on fire, bam! It's like, here you go. But the video that follows it is some shitty cell phone video that's like
super low volume, right?
Hey man, what's up? Or just like it's just crap. So I'm like, don't do that. Simple logo, boom, done. 3 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. Because you're creating this expectation of awesomeness, only to be extremely disappointed.
Yeah.
Like nothing there. And you're like, wait a minute, what happened here? There was this awesome, like I thought this was gonna be cool, and then this sucks.
Yeah. I thought this was gonna be. This looked like Marcus Brownlee intro. I thought it was gonna be so dope. Turns out, he got him. He got on Fiverr, got the good intro, and then that's where it ended.
Oh no shit, right? It's so sad. I mean, then these guys just look at you like, why would I like my intro?
Yeah.
Like I do too, but your video sucks.
Yeah.
And then you explain the concept of a beginning, middle, and an end. And they're like, wait, man. What? The video has to have a point?
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk.
I'm just going to wing it.
Yeah.
And then we always tell people, don't go live. It's funny. So Fernando was talking to this one guy at Knowledge Fest, and he was like, I've never gone live before. I don't know if I'll be any good at it, but I want to try. And Fernando was like, yeah, don't. Don't. So later on in the show, he comes up and goes, hey, man, I'm going to do it. I'm getting ready to go live. And Fernando goes, no, you're not. Stop. No. Nuh-uh. Not with me, you are.
Yeah.
And he's like, why not, man? He's like, cuz it's not easy. Slow it down.
Yeah.
Like, do a few pre-recordings. Practice a little bit. I mean, just pretend, but don't do it live.
No, because you'll be sitting there like, it's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, you can't put that genie back in the bottle. You can just delete it.
Right.
What's up, Chris? What's the piece that you do YouTube and Netflix over CarPlay? That is the Zeus by ZZ2.
The Zeus by ZZ2.
Which I have one, and we're going to do a video on as soon as I get back. So if you're patient, you'll see how well it works. So
there you go. See, do you ever? How many model numbers do you think you have in your brain?
All of them, and I forget them constantly.
I can't believe that you forget one, dude. You pull these model numbers, and it's not like DeWalt 123. It's like Sony XYV 32564000 DG.
I'll tell you this: most of them are only relevant to this time frame, because like when you guys start talking about classic crap,
yeah,
my eyes glaze over, because once it goes out of production, it goes out of my brain.
You got to take it out of the Rolodex because you got to fit it in something new.
Yeah, you know. And it was funny. I had a guy ask me about something the other day. He's asking about his part number, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He goes, dude, you're literally just talking about it. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. And even Fernando was like, I think it's this. He goes, I'm like, is it that? He's like, yeah. I said, oh yeah, it is that. He goes, you talk about it all the time. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but that's not what we call it. You were giving me all the model number. Right. I don't need all. I just need like the shit people are gonna call it.
Yeah, it's like the what do they call it? The Dean decimal system. Mm-hmm. So the shorthand, so you can go right to it.
Oh, I know there's more letters to the Sony GS9. I just don't care what they are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way.
Like, and it's like, and when it comes to radios, it's a 9,000, it's a 5,000, whatever that first number is. That's all I care about.
That's it. Yeah,
I don't care about all the. It's like it's a KTA or KMM. Right. 1057 WX20. No, it's the 1000 series floating screen Kenwood, with or without nav. Which one do you want? There's 3 9000 series. They're all badass, and they break down real simple. Navigation, DVD player, none of the above.
Right.
And the new one will be a short chassis.
The navigation one, man. I don't know, man. It just seems so.
It still makes money.
I know it's got to be better now. I mean, it's got to be probably. No, I'm sure it's decent. Does it still suck? Oh, dude.
Well, Kenwood did it right a long time ago, teaming up with Garmin.
Right.
So, like, if you need nav, you just buy a Kenwood because it's a Garmin, and everyone knows how to work a Garmin. So, every now and then you get, I don't like Garmin. It's too cartoony. What? Okay, old guy. Yeah, you want it to look like a 1950s map that you have in your door. Perfect. Well, get a Pioneer or anybody else.
Or print it off MapQuest, old school style. And if you miss a turn, you're going to have to loop back around, buddy, because we didn't make alterations in this route.
Well, I love when I go, okay, so here we go. You have an iPhone. All right. David coming in hot.
Oh, appreciate it, my man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Way to go.
Like button.
So I like it when they buy the onboard nav, and then I'll go, okay, so here's your onboard nav, here's your CarPlay, here's your Apple Maps, here's your Google Map, and here's your Waze. You have 4 navigation systems in your car. If you get lost, you're on your own, bro. And they go, oh, wow. I go, yeah, we tried to explain that to you before you bought it. And well, I'm going to have on a shirt that just says, well, followed by utter bullshit, because that is like the moments that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis is just like, I travel through spots where cell service is sketchy.
You'd be like, Google downloads those maps once you load them in a spot that has internet, right?
Never had a problem, bro.
Yeah.
Took me the whole way there. I put in a destination, and it got me there. Even through the mountains that were high. We had tall mountains all around us, and it saw the sky still.
You know what killed me with the maps? New York. The freaking buildings. They just blocked out all the signal. It's like, dude, there's nothing. There was nothing. And we had like a Garmin at that time, because this was way back in the day. So we had a Garmin, and I was like, I don't know where we're going. I don't know what to do.
Well, and that's why, and like Chris says, only recommend built-in nav for people with go off-roading. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they usually buy those portable ones that are way better and way cheaper. But that's why VSS existed, vehicle speed sense. That's why, like, when nav first came out, it was like, Oh, you don't want a Garmin. You got to get one of these installed models because it ties into the whole vehicle and knows exactly where you're going and blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, this sucks. Great.
Yeah.
So now we got to go find a vehicle speed sense wire in your car.
Yeah.
Oh, God, shoot me now. Dude, when Garmin came on and when Kenwood started using those and we didn't have to find that anymore. So like everyone's getting to Kenwood. I don't care.
It's like the chef coming out. Hey, waiters, push the fish. Fish goes bad tomorrow. Push the fish.
Yep. You can drink anything you like as long as it's a Corona.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. So what's been going on? What? I know you've been busy as ever.
Well, last week, as you know, we drove home.
Right.
From Orlando, so that was another fun one. We had a good race. We all survived, so that was nice. I like to call it Disney Walk Fest. A lot of walking going on. It looks like it's always funny at the very end of the. For those who don't know, Haley wanted to do the Disney Half Marathon. She's not a runner. I am. We do it for more of the father-daughter bonding thing, and it makes great content for the Boring Life of Dean Haley. And it's just fun. I mean, it's like I got to spend 3 hours with her without being interrupted by a bunch of crap. So at the very end, when you're coming into Epcot, there's this overpass you go over, and you can. So you come this way and you go like this, just like an overpass, and so you can see all the walkers. I'm sorry, all the participants coming towards you, and it's a 2-lane highway that you're going over, and the whole 2-lane highway is shut down for people to walk on. So you just see this mob of people just coming towards you, and you're just like, as you're walking over in the same mob towards, the Epcot. And it's like, I always look at that and just marvel at, one, how much money is there, because there's people as far as the eye can see, and they all paid over $150 to do this.
Oh, you had to pay to do that?
This shit ain't free, bro. It's Disney. Yeah, it's like $150
to do a half marathon.
Yeah, I mean, I do them for free all the time. Yeah. It's not a big deal.
It just seems.
It's like, trust me, it's like paying for a 5K or a 6K. It's called every night. I mean, it's like, hey, we're gonna run a 5K tonight, or today. Yeah, oh, cool. Yeah, we got a trophy. It cost us $20. I didn't get one. I did one last night and didn't get a trophy. Oh, damn, I got to keep my $20. That's my trophy.
Yeah.
What's up, El Fuego? But anyways, so I just that I've seen that, we've done it a couple times now, and every time I see that, I just marvel at, like, oh my gosh. Of course, in this time I was thinking, like, and somewhere in the world there's that many people trying to exit their country right now. Yeah. By any means possible, but here we are, we're doing Disney. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a humbling moment, needless to say.
Yeah, well, it's like when non-car stereo people are talking about their radio, and you're an actual runner, so then you're going with people. It's like, I'm going to do this thing. I never do it. It's going to be fun, and it's like someone's like, yeah, man, I got this sickest kicker sub for $50 at Walmart prefab. I got a 4,000 watt amp for $50. It's gonna bang.
Okay, so on that same note, I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever meet someone that does this for a living, or any profession that matter for a living, that is like a tradesman style profession, so like like whatever, but they do it professionally. So like, I've been a professional car stereo installer for 32 years. This is all I've done, and I've managed to make a living doing it. So miracles never cease. I don't care whether you've ever put a stereo in your car in your lifetime, and I don't need to know the escapades of said stereo put in your car, and or you paid someone to put a stereo in your car 10 or 15 years ago, and you want to tell me all about it and find out if I know who these people are and how great they are. I don't need to hear any of that shit. Like, I don't care. I'm just happy. Hey, nice to meet you. I don't know who you are. You apparently know my wife. Great. Wonderful. Now,
Right.
if you're there to meet us, then I'll talk to you. Oh, that's fine. But like sitting in a restaurant, these people walk by.
Yeah.
And Sue knows who they are. They're bowlers. Should be enough right there. They're bowlers. And hey, hi Sue. Hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, you are married. We didn't know you were. We thought, we heard
Who's
rumors.
this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're out on. Yeah, so that in itself should have been the clue right there. Like, get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
that one chance we had to, like spend some time together. Well, by all means, let's interrupt it with the bowling people.
Yeah.
So anyways, they proceed for the next 20 minutes to tell me their whole car stereo life, and I'm just like, man, that's awesome. That is great, man. Oh, that is so great. And they're telling me all about these guys. I'm like, yeah, I know that guy. I've known him for like 20 years. Yeah, man, that's awesome. You have no idea who I am. Okay, so could we just end this conversation? This is painfully killing me. All right. I mean, it really is. Like, you're talking to me about like people whose shit I fix on a regular basis and how great they did your car. And it's like, just please stop. I don't care. This guy is awesome. That's wonderful. There again, don't know who I am. Just stop, please stop. And I'm just smiling, and Sue's over there because Sue knows I absolutely hate this shit, like with a passion. And she's over there. She feels terrible now because interrupted our dinner to talk to these goofballs, and he's proceeding to tell me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
I feel Dean's pain, but it's not the level because no one knows me. Yeah, it's okay, man. I know you, and that's all that matters. And yes, if we meet, we can talk about car stereo because we share that bond. This guy, on the other hand, he shares a bowling ball bond with my wife, which is not the same. I was just, yeah.
I get the guys that want me to like, hey man, I heard you do car stereo stuff. It's like, well, yeah, I do a little YouTube channel. Think you could do an install? It's like, man, no, like I don't do that. Like you couldn't even pay me what you would pay a good shop to do it for me to do it.
I feel the same way.
It's going to take me longer than them. Probably won't be as good as they'll do it, like a legit good shop. And it would just be a waste of both of our time. Now, if you're actually like a friend, like I'll help you put a stereo in or whatever. But if you're just like an acquaintance friend, I don't do that. I don't even do it for myself. I've got like 27 projects unfinished.
Oh yeah.
Here,
So. And it's just funny. I mean, it's just funny. I mean, we had a guy stop by today, friend of the show, fellow guy, does motorcycles. We spent like a half hour talking with him about all kinds of cool stuff. He sells that new Sounds, or the brand Sounds, for motorcycles, which is the company that just bought Hybrid Audio.
Wow.
Yeah. So, which I was like, it was cool because we know some of the same people now, because I spent like 20 minutes talking for one, Clifton, that worked for Hybrid, now works for Sound. And like we were talking at Knowledge Fest, and he introduced me to the guys that bought the company, and we chatted it up and we had a good time. So it was like I was at one of my things, if no one has picked this up, is I like to learn as much as I possibly can about as much as I possibly can in this industry. So any opportunity I get to spend time with somebody from any aspect of it, I do that so that I can, learn what it is I need to know about their brands, their products, and whatnot. And, in that way, it just makes it easier for me to carry on conversations with people. So it was just like, oh, something I know something about. We're okay, good. So, but we shot the shit. We talked about motorcycle audio and all that fun stuff, and we had a good time, and it was cool. And I don't mind doing that. I don't want to be out to eat. And
yeah, exactly.
I
like it. Like when I go to a show or something, like, oh man, I watched the channel, and then they want to show me their stereo. Like, that's the jam. Like, yeah, I'm here to see your. Show me. Let's do the walk around. Show me what you've done. Tell me, your experiences with it.
Oh yeah.
But dude,
we had one guy go, oh man, I saw you at Knowledge Fest. I just don't want to come over and say hi. I didn't want to bug you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's what we're here for.
Come bug the shit out of me. Like, come say hi. Yeah. That's the moment right there, bro. I mean, come say hi for fuck's sake. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
That's
what I'm here for.
Yeah. Let's I'm here to talk about car stereo for a whole weekend. Let's do that shit, you know?
Well, that's when I went to Wake the Dead. I said, hey, if you're watching this before we went, it was on 12 Talk. If you're watching this and you see me at the show, stop me and say, hey, check out my ride. And let me tell you, they got me. And every time they're like, oh, I'm sorry, man. It's like, hey, I told this is what I wanted. I don't want to go around looking and wondering if someone wants to show me the ride. I want people to say, hey, I want to show you my ride.
Well, that was why when we went to Knowledge Fest, we took selfies with people, because people take selfies with us all the time, and it's like, that's cool, but I want to take a selfie with you. You know, I you know, it's like, I want to know who I met. Half the time it's like they just, you know, hey, how's it going? And take a selfie, and it's like, oh, who the fuck was that? You know, it's like, no, it had to mean more than that. You know, it had to mean more, because we're not just, you know, so, but yeah, whatever.
So what else? You got stuff coming up? See, you know what our topic was today?
No.
What's new in car audio? Because I didn't have no topic, but there's a few things new in car audio.
There's a few things new in car audio. Is it March? Ooh, it is March.
It's
Ooh,
March.
Alpine is going to tell everyone, which we've actually already told everyone on the show already, the new stuff that's coming out that you guys all probably forgot about, but that should be, I think it's next week. It's got to be next week. Though they're going to talk about the next shoe is going to drop for Alpine. That'll all be available last quarter of the year, probably. Be just in time for Christmas.
Oh, for the 5-star 35 days of Christmas?
Yeah, no, that'll never happen.
Never. That's once in a lifetime.
This stuff's going to be expensive, but not as expensive as, you know, F1 status. Right. It's just going to be expensive. But I like what they're doing with the Type R, is that they're breaking it into two. So you'll have the regular Type R and Type R Pro now.
Yeah.
So that's going to kind of offset the price difference with X going away, and what they're going to introduce here in a couple days. Yeah. So that it's like it's going to be a stepping stone. So that'll be nice.
That does seem better, because I think people got confused with Type X a little bit. They're like, well, F1 status, Type X.
Yeah. So I like this that they're doing, because I'm just tired of the letters. Dean and Fernando's tool drawer. Dean and Fernando's tool drawer is where you find the tools. DNF tool drawer, and DNF swag is where you find shirts. So,
like that one right there.
This is the IRTA shirt. So
that IRTA.
Yeah. Anyways, it was funny. So today we were talking about the X Type was legit. It was, but it didn't fit in a lot, and you know, Pioneer is releasing, which Fernando was just like, you mean the ones they have overseas? It's like, yes.
Yeah.
We're just getting them here finally. Shut up. So they're coming out with their 2 3/4 inch and their 3-inch coaxials.
Ooh.
So we're gonna have a 2 3/4 inch coaxial, which I'm excited about, because nobody's been able to. Everyone I asked to do this, they all look at me like I'm nuts. Wow, we can't do it. I'm like, how can you not do it? Just make a tweeter. Tweeters. I mean, it doesn't have. I mean, I've seen small tweeters.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you mean you can't do it? You can totally do it. I mean, it's not like it's got to sound amazing. It's just got to sound better than a single tweeter, and it's got to sound better than a dual cone, which is what these cars come with. So you're trying to tell me when the bar is so low you can literally walk over it? You can't do something that's better than that. Are you fucking kidding me?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, you just needed to replace the tweeter.
It's like the problem, you got a 3.5 up in the top of the dash you listen to for like 3 years. You're gonna pull that out and put a tweeter there. I mean, it's not like it's the worst thing ever, but it's not the best thing ever. You know? So it's like, not in a Dodge, no. Yeah, I mean, you can, but
yeah.
You know, Fosgate just needs to wake up. But did we talk about them? We talked about them being bought, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm excited about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because there are projects.
Maybe it's a shakeup or something. Yeah.
No, it's not even a shakeup thing. Got it. So they've been operating on this very narrow focus for a very long time, because believe it or not, this is not something that's new to them. They have been trying to get bought for a very long time. Okay, so people are like, "Oh man, it's no, it's not the end of Rockford." Actually, the end of Rockford happened a long time ago when they went public. That's what screwed up Rockford, because then Rockford had to be beholden to a board of directors. So that's what screwed up Rockford. It had nothing to do with, like, oh, no, because they've been very focused minded about creating revenue and following the revenue stream. So yeah, we get tokens here and there. But if you look at what they've been doing for the past couple of years, all of their research and development, all of their activity has been in something outside of 12 volt.
Right.
So, and by 12 volt, I mean conventional 12 volt. It's all 12 volt battery stuff, but it's like
Motorcycles, motorsports, dirt
boats,
bikes,
like things with 3 wheels and 2 wheels and 4 wheels that go through the mud. So they put a lot of effort into that, and they've succeeded really well. I mean, they are top tier brands in those markets. They make amazing stuff for that. But on the flip side, us over here going, "Hey man, what about us?" They're like, "Whoa, I mean, we still make cool stuff." And it's not like they don't. It's not like a set of T2 components sucks. Right. It's not like they left us hanging with garbage. They didn't. Right. They left us with good stuff. Yeah. And that has just kind of been here. And
it's the good stuff from 2006. It's still good stuff.
It's still good stuff, but it's like, and we still sell the shit out of T2 components because, man, if you want the rockinest, like, affordable sounding speaker.
I actually like the R2 amps. I thought those were, it was a refresh.
A Chinese company did not buy Rockford Fosgate. They're bought by an American company.
Patrick Industries.
Patrick Industries. It is a 100% American company.
How'd they come up with Patrick Industries?
So it's a conglomerate. There's 150 companies under Patrick Industries.
But who's Patrick? That's what I want to know.
I'm assuming Patrick was the guy number one. Either that or was his last name. I don't know. Or it was just they watched Saturday Night Live and they were like,
"It's Pat.
We'll just call it Patrick, because then we don't know if it's a guy or a girl."
Or SpongeBob.
Or they're a big fan of SpongeBob. That could be true too. But they also own a company called Progressive, a distributor company called Progressive, which has been buying up rep firms over the United States for the last couple of years. In our town, which most of them are Rockford, the people that distribute the Rockford were the companies, the rep firms they bought up. Or if they went into a town and they had a better rep firm, they would buy that rep firm and then move Rockford over to that. So
Patrick Fosgate.
But the thing is, like I said, so the company also owns Wet Sounds. They own boat manufacturers. They own RV manufacturing. They make windows and doors. They have their fingers in a lot of different industries. Basically, what it does, they buy up companies that are very successful, and they give them cash to keep them more successful, making more cash. So, no, it is not a Chinese conglomerate or anything like that came in and bought it like Pioneer or anything like that. It's literally just a great thing, and it's funny. But what makes this nice is now that they're owned by this company that wants them to succeed even more so than they were doing, this allows them to shift their focus a little bit. They can widen their focus. So there is a ton of projects that are in 12 volt that were having to be put on hold because they were chasing the money or the jobs. We'll call it the jobs, because money sounds kind of grabby, and it wasn't necessarily grabby. They were chasing the jobs in order to move the company along. And so they've done that, and it's got them to this point. So now they can go back and they can actually start filling in some of those pieces, because we know that there's more things out there. I physically held one of the coolest things ever and gone, "When the fuck is this coming out?" And they just looked at me and go, I go, "Yeah, when?" And they're like, it's I don't know what that means. What is give me a date. Give me some fucking dates, man. Come on.
It's coming out in 10 years, and then they're going to sell for 20
so
after
we
that.
know that there's some really cool stuff. So it's just a matter. I know it's okay. It's all right. So that's going to be big. I don't think we're going to see anything change tracks like by the end of this year.
Right.
But we know it's coming. We know that there's excitement coming. And the other funny thing about Rockford is, even though we have an NDA with them, they still don't talk to you.
Yeah.
They still don't say shit. So don't assume like we know something. We don't. Yeah. The only thing we know is what we saw there, and we can't ever talk about it. Other than that, we'll never hear future products.
Or you get sniped off by a Rockford.
No, it's like you have an NDA because you saw this. You'll never see anything else. Maybe you might if we want you to, but don't ask. It's like, oh, okay. It's
don't
so
ask,
funny.
don't tell. So I put a poll in the chat.
Oh, cool.
So, and this leads right into what we were talking about. So I just put who makes the best amps. I can only have 4 spots, so I put Rockford, Kicker, Audio Control, and Moscone.
Ooh, those Moscone pros, bro.
So, right now, 36% is Rockford. But I will say the Audio Control was winning this just until recently. We got 67 votes. Audio Control is kind of the people's champ.
Audio Control is a people's champ because it's a small company and they pay attention to the people. Yeah. If anybody saw the picture I put up of the new 5-channel they have coming out, so obviously the D and the LC are the money lines. There's no question about it. Those are big lines that do really that do really well for them.
Who's that?
And the ACMs were originally brought out to kind of like broaden the line and make a smaller, more perfect, something smaller. And the ACMs are phenomenal amplifiers. There's no question about it. It's like they are great. That's what's in the back of Fernando's car in the lab. But they just haven't like caught on. Like they do okay. They don't do great. And then of course Motorsports, now they have the ACX, which is the waterproof. And everyone's like, they're a totally different platform. Like the ACMs, 2 different designers design these amplifiers. And the ACMs took a lot longer to design and build, and they're all in-house engineered and whatnot. And so that's why we're seeing like, the 4-channel. That's why we saw the 4-channel in the monoblock, and now we have a 5-channel coming out. And then that line is going to expand big time. So, we're going to see there's plans to do a whole bunch more amplifiers in that lineup, which will be nice. Yeah. But the cool thing about that particular line is that will eventually transition into a standard 12-volt line. That's the roadmap. Now, how long that'll take, I don't know. But then there's also so one of the things that we do when we're dealing with 12-volt brands is there's a science to all of this. Like you have to our job is to pay attention to what these companies have done and what they're doing. Because with that, we can deduct, I should say, where their future is and what they're planning on coming out with. And so we can make guesses. And we like doing that because for one, we like to see if we're right. I mean, if we are, then we get all excited. But it also helps us kind of forecast what these guys might be doing. And then when we talk to them, we can say, hey, is this what you're planning on doing? Because if it is, great. If not, why aren't you? Right. So there's a lot of things that we study and we try to come up with so that when we're dealing with these guys, we have some good ideas. And, Audio Control is a company that we work with a lot. So we spend a lot of time thinking about their new products. And to let you in on some of the thought process there and what might be coming out, because obviously we can't say, hey, this is coming out. Right. When you look at like what they've come out with in the last, let's say, year and a half, you had the LC2i Pro, which is a complete revamp of the LC2i. The LC2i has been around for years and years and years. And it's not just a new heatsink. It's a whole new design. It has the load resistors built into it, and it has a new bus system and how it works, new rails. The whole design from the ground up was and then redone. Yeah. And that's what brought out the LC1i, and it was also able to bring in the Epicenter Micro, because that piece of technology that they did there was able to spawn into 3 products. Now, when you look at like, okay, what is their most successful product that they make? And if they were able to take the LC2i Pro and come out with a better version of it, clearly the technology would have to scale up to another product.
Yeah.
So, are we going to see releases of some of these other products, like their number one selling product that everybody knows what it is? And I'm sure someone could type in the comments and be like, is it this? And I'll be like, I can't say. So, a product like that is we're going to see a new version, going forward, because they're going back and they're updating all their legacy products to bring them up to date with much better technology than was available 10 years ago when they first designed it. Right. So even though we all know that those are awesome, as Steve Mead just showed us when he did the LC2i Pro, how awesome the high level adapter was. Yeah. We can make it. If we can make it just this much better, let's do it.
Right.
So
and shout out to the Kiss Lock when he done that. It was like that thing's cheap as hell, dude. And it's like,
yeah, but the thing is, you got to remember who the guys are making that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so the guy in charge over there, he is the pickiest motherfucker on the face of the earth, and that is why he and I get along great. Because he will sit there and go, yeah, but that's a piece of shit. And I'll be like, right. Like, you guys have all seen Joe. When we did the Amp Dyno, Joe was in the background, and he was the one that was talking us through, like, different power supplies and stuff like that. That's his job. Like, he's not a nobody. He's somebody at Kicker.
Right.
He's in the, he's an engineer. He's the guy that runs the engineers. So he's
turns out he knows a few things.
He knows a lot of few things.
Yeah.
He's a really, really smart guy.
Yeah.
And he's really down to earth too, which is funny. Because most engineers don't have a personality, and he's got a great personality. He and I are just that's who we stayed with after we left your house.
Yeah.
But there again, let's talk about Kicker for a minute. So we know that Kicker isn't going to come out with a product that they have no way to power.
Yeah.
They're just not going to do it. But they're not going to talk about it because they're just going to play stupid. So we can deduce that, okay, if they're going to come out with this Solo L7X, whatever the hell it's called, this phantom subwoofer that, we've seen in prototypes.
L7X family. Wink.
So we know that there's no way that they're just going to come out with that woofer and be like, yeah, use a Sundown. They're not going to do that. It's not, it doesn't make business sense for them. They are in the amplifier business. So there again, with just common sense applied to this, we know that there has to be something else they're going to come out with. Now, are they going to tell us? No, they're not going to tell you guys at all, because you're going to have to wait. But we can just guess. As people that don't know anything, we can go, no, they have to be working on something else. It's just, it has to happen. There has to be, because we know they're not going to make this big monster, and then it's going to be in a bunch of pictures with somebody else's amplifier powering it. It just doesn't make sense.
Or like there's a box right here with some snowmen, or those paired up with your factory mids.
Okay, now that is a case where they fucked up. No. Back up. Okay, that is 100% oops.
Yeah.
That's an oops moment. That's a moment where they got ahead of themselves and they came out with a product that didn't. No. Okay.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love the snowman, but we need to
there is a couple things. There's a couple things that you have to add into deducting what a manufacturer is going to do. Right. One of the things you have to look at is prior things that they've made that have had bad experiences. Okay. And now you have to look at how shy they are because of it. Kicker is a shy company. When everyone's like, when I come to war, so I got to wink. Moving on. So, when you look at DSP, all right, everyone is assuming that at some point we're going to get a replacement for the Q class DSP. All right. Yeah. And that would be a good assumption. Like, yeah, but let's think about it for a minute. The amplifier was out for 6 or 7 years. It only got real notoriety towards the end of life. Up until then, it was just kind of like, we got this amp that's a Q class that no one really paid any attention to. So it didn't do really well.
Yeah.
Whose fault it is, that's not the point. But the reality is now the upper management is going to look at that and go, well, we had a DSP amp for 7 years and it barely broke even.
Yeah.
Why would we want to do that again? Well, because times have changed. Yeah, but I don't know, man. So, those are the kind of things you have to look at and go, I don't know if they're going to come out with a DSP amp. That's kind of weird. But on the flip side of that, you go Kicker Key. Kicker Key is finally starting to steamroll. It's becoming, literally at this point, it's keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
It's like marine amplifiers and Kicker Keys. Keep churning them out, bro. Yeah. And even now, like Kicker Keys are like, oh, who's got a Kicker Key? Shit. My precious. So it's like, okay, we're seeing good things happening here. So if we're to look at those numbers and go, all right, board of directors is going to see that and go, all right, well, this is working.
Yeah.
What are we doing with this? But there again, the very big companies move very slow. Very slow. 2 years from I have an idea, let's write it down.
Yeah.
Okay. To I have a product. It's 2 years.
And I don't think people have a scope of how big like Rockford Fosgate and Kicker actually are in comparison.
I thought we did a pretty good job of showing both.
Yeah.
I mean,
but even still, I don't think people realize like the reach that those brands have over. They might, we often compare them to Audio Control, but it's totally different.
There's like 7 people at Audio Control that actually are like the core group. It's like there's 3 or 4 engineers at Audio Control, maybe 5 now. Yeah. That's it. And those guys are responsible for. They all work under Brandon. Brandon is one of those guys that, like, I love this guy. He is a fucking genius. Engineers are. Listen, if you ever get the opportunity to meet an engineer, let alone an audio engineer, they're some of the coolest people to deal with because they're on a whole nother level. And like, I love talking to engineers. I kind of understand how their brain works. Yeah. And because as soon as you pose a problem to them, they immediately try to solve it, even though you're in the middle of a conversation and you can just see them physically slow down. And you're like, I don't need you to figure it out right this moment. Oh, I'm almost there. All right, well, go ahead. Finish your thought. I'll wait. But or they're finding out how many reasons why they can't do that, but they're looking for the one reason why they can. It's like, oh, that'll be bad. But this one here, that'll be a good reason. Let's concentrate on that. And that's cool. That's focusing hard. I love my Epicenter Micro, by the way. That's good. It's a fun little toy. Yeah. Fernando doesn't have it in his car anymore. He's kind of bummed, but hey.
Oh, what did you do? Take it out?
We took it out. Okay. It's a prototype, so we don't want anything. It's not. It was never made to be played for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
So we took it out to put it on the board.
What's the current system in there right now? Still the Ground Zero?
It's still the Ground Zero. We just got done playing with the Audio Frog. What is it? The AD 150. That was that Amp Dyno pictures we put up on the Clean Wire Club that we made everybody guess. And I thank the guys that follow the stream because they knew immediately it was the Audio Frog. So that was pretty cool. So back to talking about new stuff. So let's talk about the Japanese for a minute because there's a totally different mindset with the Japanese as opposed to the Americans. Because the Japanese are the definition of once bitten, twice shy. Okay, like we went down that road. It was very bad. Spent much money and no return. Why we try again? Who crazy? White man, very not smart. I love those guys. They're great, and that's like if you you're very good. You fake very well. I'm not picking on them. I thoroughly enjoy talking with them because they are just as negative as I am. Yeah, they're just like the first answer is always no, and then they're like, okay, maybe. All right, we'll do it.
That's my rule. Like with the kids, when the kids ask for something, the answer is no. We start at no, and then we work.
Start no, and work our way up. The Japanese are always no first. Right. So you got to know that about them. So when you're sitting there going, well, why don't you put an HDMI on the back of the radio? How fucking stupid is it not to do that? You literally had one on there. Why did you take it off? And it's like, because they sat there and they looked at it and they said, it costs $4.50. And nobody's asking for it. Why would we want it on? Like, who uses it? Nobody. 5 people over there in Washington used it during the summer of 2015.
Yeah.
Other than that, but as soon as you took it away, oh shit, where's my HDMI? Oh, you're gonna use it? No, I just want to know it's there. I sleep better at night. It's $4.50, which means it's $20. I don't care. Give it to me. Well, you're gonna care when I charge you $20 more. Okay, I might be a little upset, but dude, why did you take it away? That's so wrong. And it took us 2.5 years to get it back. You know, because there again, we had to go back to the Japanese and say, listen, all these people are really pissed that you took this away. I don't care. Nobody bought it. No one used. Like, no, we gotta have it back. Fuck you, buddy. You know, no. You know, and it took them 2.5 years to go. Okay. If still problem in 2022, we put back. Until then, shut the fuck up. Do not ask before them. Parts already paid for. No HDMI coming. You know. So, but that's what happens. You know. So we have to scream at these guys and go, "We need this. We need this. We need this." And they go, "No," because you got to remember they're in a 3-year development cycle. Yeah. Okay. So the shit that is out, the stuff that they're getting ready to come out with today, they've been looking at this shit for. I mean, dude, it was finalized a long time ago. Yeah. Okay. And keep in mind, this is all like pre-COVID mindset going on here. It had nothing to do. COVID fucked everything up. Okay. So let's just put that out of the equation. But you know, so like they have a good idea, at least in core thought process of what they're going to be doing from three years from now. It's still a loose diagram, but they still have a lot of planning that's put into that because they're like, okay. And there again, it also has to do with like chip cost and processor speed and all these other things that they see coming down the road that we might actually want. Yeah. So very few companies have the ability to like go, and tomorrow we're going to come out with this. Yeah. So the companies that have the ability to do that, now we can talk about the Brazilians. Those guys have the ability to go, you know, it'd be cool. I'm just throwing this out there, but you know, it'd be cool. Heatsink about this big, puts out how much? What do you think? 5,000 watts? Yeah, we do that by tomorrow. I mean, you know, if I have a couple Red Bull, sure, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Those guys can do that, but it's a different world down there because everything is in Brazil. Like very little pieces are coming in because they're taxed so heavily on imports. So exports get to leave, but imports, when you have to import parts, so they have to be really creative in what they do, such as name a product, Terra.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a bunch of power supply converters laying around, it's basically the same parts as an amplifier. Make amplifiers that might sell better. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, I have a sordid history with Brazilian amps. Some have been great. Some have been terrible.
It's a love-hate thing.
Yeah.
Damn it! Now I want to go watch Last
Samurai. I just seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I every time I just take a sip of your twisted tea. Sorry, you got me on a topic I get excited about, Andy. Sorry. Oh, by the way, I loved your video, Andy. So if anybody didn't catch Andy's little TikTok thing that he did with the whole like, if you ever want to see some other like kicker scandalous style videos, there's a whole series of workout videos that they hired this chick to do with the bullfrogs.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like she was a YouTube workout person, so she's all up like spandex doing push-ups and
they show some of them on their little intro videos.
Yeah. So and I'm like, really, guys? I mean,
dude, listen.
Okay, I mean,
why don't we need to recreate those?
No, we don't.
Yes,
it would be fun. Yeah, okay, it would. Oh, all right, yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. That would be good. That would be good.
Oh man.
And it'd be nice to just put Kip's face on all of them. So like you do them, but just have like Kip's face.
Kip's face on there.
Remember Kip? Who remembers Kip? Does anybody remember Kip?
Hashtag free Kip.
Remember that guy Kip? Yeah. He was on the show. I don't remember what it was.
Oh man!
Apparently, a screwdriver will fix a grill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
He's got time now. He's got some time, so he's fixing things.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Fixed.
Yeah. Hey, I've done worse.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So we're not doing side jag. Did you watch any of Boba Fett?
No.
Okay.
Dude, I honestly forgot. Yeah, I haven't watched anything. Please don't spoil it.
No, I'm not going to.
I mean, it's more spoiled than like every other thing I've seen has spoiled the shit out of it. So I'm like, oh, Cat Bane. All right, cool.
Yeah.
No, so here's what happened on the plane. I had great expectations of the plane. I downloaded the season of Rick and Morty fans. Hell yeah. And I downloaded I downloaded Val, the Val Kilmer story.
Oh, okay, I forgot.
And I downloaded Metallica's thing, and I fell asleep on the plane. So I mean, I was literally like this, and apparently I drifted over on the guy next to me so much so that he just kind of like had to push me back over. And then he like tried to give me his pillow. I was like, no, man, I'm sorry, it's all good. He's like, okay, and I was like falling. I mean, I was just bouncing all over the plane. We hit a bump, and I'd be like, wow, like when you have a baby in the car seat, and they're just like this, and you're just looking at them going,
the ones that can't hold their neck good.
Yeah, I mean, I was like this, but Fernando was like, dude, you were all over the place, man. I was like, I cashed out, man. I just cashed.
Your body was like, you know what? We're gonna power down for a little bit.
Oh man, I was out like a light, and so I got to watch the Metallica show, and I caught like 15 minutes of it. That was the most important 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and I was like, I know what happened. That's cool. And then Val, I didn't watch. I watched maybe 5 minutes of that whole thing,
right?
And which was great because it sucked really, really bad.
Did it?
I don't know. It might have been wonderful. I couldn't tell you. I just like
I watched a couple episodes of Jack Reacher, but I wanted to finish Boba Fett, so I switched off.
I'm sorry.
So it started off, and I was like, this is gonna be like a cop procedural drama. Mm-hmm. And Cassie, she's full in, man. Cassie's in. She's like, yeah, this is my jam. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I'm not gonna watch this. And she's like, what? It's good. And I was like, no, it's not good. I don't like it. And then he puts his thumb through someone's eye, and I was like, okay, I'm back. he got. I was totally out. Put a thumb through someone's eye. I was like, I'm back in, bro. I'm in. Let's watch it.
Yeah. No, that was definitely good. Weekends at Dean's.
That's exactly.
More like weekends at Bernie's. Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Nando's having to carry you.
Oh, dude, it was rough. And so I think what I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put a bunch of documentaries that I don't want to watch on my phone because I still want the noise from like people talking, kind of quiets everything down, and then I'll just fall asleep on the plane. And because Lord knows, I mean, Jesus, we're leaving at like Sunday at like 8 in the morning, which is better than 5, which is what we have been leaving at. So I was like, but we still got to get to the airport. Like I still got to be at Fernando's house like 6 to pick him up. So it's like Sunday.
What days are the expo then?
We get back. We leave Wednesday, so it's Sunday all day. So Sunday is kind of like the prep day.
Yeah,
I don't know. They just want everyone to show up Sunday at some point. So that Monday, it's like it starts Monday, Tuesday, and does like half a day Wednesday.
Yeah.
But they kept changing Wednesday, which was really getting annoying because I was like, look, I need to get out of here. Like, So I booked like a 3:00 flight because there was nothing past that at the time. So, and then it got us back here at like 9:00. I was like, that'll be wonderful. We can get some sleep before we have to be to work the next day. And then they're like, oh, the award show is going to be at for the Master Tech Build Off. It's going to be at 3. And I'm like, all right, we're going to miss that.
Yeah. No,
because
somebody stream it.
Well, yeah, because I go, I was going to see you at the expo. You bet, man. Can't wait. Oh yeah, Lake Town guys. We spent a lot of time with them. Well, okay, I take it back. Fernando spent a lot of time with them. They have one guy there that has awesome hair. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but he's got awesome hair.
Awesome.
And he's got awesome hair. Fuck it, who cares? So yeah, so we're gonna get home, hopefully get some sleep, Not counting on it, but so at least by Thursday, we'll be ready for. So I'll be able to come home Thursday and do the show next week.
All right. Maybe. But if you need time off, you let me know.
What the fuck is time off, man? I mean,
yeah, I know.
I trust me, man. I will be so. When Sunday comes and we're on that plane, at that point, there's nothing else I can do. Okay,
Yeah.
but until then, there's stuff I can do. So it's like we're in like last minute mode here. It's like, all right, what do we? Because we at the last minute, I go, hey, because we're doing a training with Kenwood, and it's basically going to be called the Modern Deccan 4, which we are not going to talk about putting radio and speakers in a car at all. We'll be talking about putting speakers, but not a radio, because most cars you're not changing the radio. So the teaser is it's called the Modern Deccan 4 because what are the solutions instead of putting a radio in a car? So it's one of those things where you name it something that's actually not. And then we're going to be at their booth, and accompanying that, we are going. I was like, well, we need some displays. So dude, this was so great. We called them up and we're like, hey, this is what we're thinking about. Like, okay, you sure you want to do that? I mean, don't you have enough work to do? And we're like, yeah, we have plenty of work to do, but we really want to do this too. And they're like, you guys are stupid. And I was like, thanks. But we wanted to build these 2 displays that kind of backed up what it was we were going to talk about in the class. So if you come into the booth, we'll be able to go deeper in point at things because pointing is cool. And then in the background, they wanted us to do amp dynos.
Yeah.
So they first were like, can you fly the whole amp dyno out here? And I'm like, that'd be really heavy.
That's heavy as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, that'd be really heavy and sketchy. And insurance is going to suck because if it breaks, that's going to take another
a year and a half to get another one.
Yeah. I'm like, why don't we come up with a better idea? Like, all we want is the results.
Right.
I could film all that.
Yeah.
So here's a guess. If you film all the Kenwood Excellent amplifiers, which there's a 5-channel, a 4-channel, and 2 monoblocks in the XR line, and then there's a 5-channel, a monoblock, and a 4-channel in the regular Excellent line, and there was 2 motorsport amplifiers. So if you filmed all of that, doing all 3 amp dynos, meaning all 3 certified, uncertified, dynamic.
Yeah.
How long do you think Dean can make that video? I know, right? Now, keep in mind, it's just going to be visual because there'll be noise. Right. You won't be able to hear it, so there don't have to be any talking.
I'd say like 45 minutes.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
7.5 minutes. All of it.
Are you serious?
Oh, wow. Shit, yeah. I'm serious.
Just boom, 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 results.
I got done with it, and I was like, man, because it's just,
we're going to have to loop this. We're going to
have to this is looked at like, and I'm like, it took 7.5 minutes. Huh.
Right.
I mean, it's an amp dyno. It's like, dude, you literally hit the button. It's like, there, that's what it puts out. And dynamics literally take 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, trust me. We've done so many amp dynos in the last, like, we did 2 nights back to back. And it was like, I'm sitting there going, how does it take Derek so long to do these things? Because it's like, dude, I mean, it literally takes you more times because you pass the damn thing when you're hitting the button, going back. I'm like, God damn it. And Fernand's like, slow down. I'm like, just give me, I got to get my rhythm. It
takes way longer to hook an amp up to test it than it does to test it.
Totally. And I let Fernando do that because while he was doing that, I was doing something else. Like I was, 7 minutes all you need. Sometimes 5, sometimes 3, sometimes just a cool breeze and you're all set, baby. Whatever it takes. But
we started this amp dyno at the same time. So.
Yeah. But no, I was like, wow. I got done. I was like 7.5 minutes. Huh.
Wow.
Now keep in mind when we actually break them out into like their full on video, it will be longer.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, I should just release this video. Like
there you go. Like boom, boom, boom. I do like that. I like when I do an amp dyno, I want to keep it 8 minutes max. Because I want to have something for someone to watch, but I don't want to go too far. I want to show you the amp, show you the guts, show you
and that's why like I feel like what we've been doing where it's like because it's not really just a dyno. I think the dyno is just added to the spotlight on the amplifier. So I mean, I know we call them real world amp dynos, but we're almost to the point where it's like I think we might need to change that name.
Yeah.
Because it's more than just the dyno. It's us telling you all about the amplifier. If we can open it, we open it, and then we put it in so we can actually hear it. So it's kind of, and in some cases, it's part of something bigger. So it's weird. I just, to me, it's just like a very small part of a bigger series of.
Yeah, it's a full review, because you take the final step and put it in a vehicle and listen to it when you can.
I will say this though. We were shocked. The 902.5, that 5-channel amp of theirs.
Yeah.
The the fifth channel, the subwoofer channel.
Yeah.
You want to guess how much power that thing put out?
What's it rated? 600 watts?
Probably.
I think it probably puts out like 900 watts or 1,000, something like that.
Dude, it was like 800 watts.
Yeah. That so far I've never seen a kid with amp not make rated at minimum, and it's usually like 20% over.
Oh, it was insane. Like,
yeah,
we got that number, and I was like, "What the?" I had to send that to Seth, because I was like, "Dude, guess what amp this is?" The only one. Okay, so the funny part is, what was it? It was 870 watts at 2 ohm at 13.46. 13.46. So it would easily do 900 watts.
Yeah,
at rated power, it would probably probably 100 watts more. The only one that was kind of like struggling,
the motor sparkle one.
Oh no, those things, the motor sparkle. Really? Are you kidding me? Those things
usually those do terrible. But
oh no, those things, dude, it was overrated power every time. Just banging it, like definitely, like those things were nothing. It was just like, here you go. Oh well, all right, well that's power. that's power some more. The one that struggled was the 1000. The 1000 was the only one that wasn't doing like big power over. Right. It was right at 1000.
And that's their biggest amp.
That's their biggest amp.
Right.
So I was like, it doesn't though, because I was kind of shocked. I was like, I thought that would definitely do like 1150 or something.
Yeah.
But no, it in there again, it came in like, I think uncertified. It got up to like 1020 or something like that. And I was like, all right, well, that's cool. But it was
uncertified is my favorite test anyways, because it's up to clipping. That's the number I always want to know.
Yeah, and that's because we all know people are going to clip the shit.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I clip my sub amps if I'm playing around with it. So
screw that. I tack weld with my sub amps, bitch.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
But no, it was funny. And then of course the little audio frog put out tons of power too. That's a so that was the one amp that we couldn't take apart.
Yeah,
because the way it's built, it doesn't come apart. It's not like a normal amplifier where if you pull the bottom off, you can see everything. It's actually a really unique design. So we had them send us pictures of it so that we can show you what it looks like underneath the skin. But they designed it so that it's circuit board down, heatsink on top, but it's a 4-layer board, and all the
it's like a daughter boards on it and stuff.
No, they have these risers that come down off of the heatsink down onto the board, so that it sits on top of the MOSFET, and the heat then comes up into the heatsink.
Yeah,
it's just weird how they did it, but they have all these little pads in the side of the amplifier that have the sticky goo on it. So when it all just kind of like sits into place, all the little pads transfer the heat up. But it's the design they came up with to reduce noise and do this. There's like this copper band around the whole inside of the amplifier to reduce EMF, so that your FM actually works when you're using the amplifier.
Damn.
So it is, that's the nice thing. Like Andy, working for Harman, knows a lot of engineers, and the guy that helped him design the amplifier has been a good friend of his forever. So this was like one of these guys' pet projects, it sounds like, and came up with this really bitchin' design. And these things weigh a ton, man. I mean, they will kill some
chunk.
Oh, it's a chunk, man. So we were not happy to give it back, but we borrowed it. So
be like, hey man, when these are in production, send one. Send it.
They're not going to be cheap. I'm going to tell you right now.
They're
not cheap. I mean, it's Audio Frog. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
But it sounds good. Like he was like, damn, this thing sounds really good. Well, because he still has the sound digital in there, which is that big AB class thing, and we're talking the surfboard, and then we took that out and put this little thing in there. It's like this big, and it's like, damn, this thing sounds really, really nice. Holy shit. And it's like we could fit 6 of them.
Right.
But hey, that, two different guys.
Yeah.
The guy that wants that big AB class is never going to buy that no matter what, because he wants that big AB class. And you definitely want to get that ground zero because you have that variable bias on it. So you can crank that bitch all the way up, and you just basically keep your MOSFETs on all the time and get yourself the closest thing you can to an A-class amplifier that's sucking some serious power.
Yeah, just use all the amperage.
All the amperage you can, man. Yeah. And Fernando's is turned all the way up. I was like, okay. Have fun with that.
Let's crank it. So what you guys got coming up?
Yeah. Obviously we're going to Master Tech Expo. We leave Sunday. Stay tuned to all our networks except for Facebook. We'll be doing something probably every day. I know we'll be doing something every day, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube. So, make sure you follow us there. Tomorrow is Friday, so we'll have the news. We're doing an unboxing on the news tomorrow, which is kind of weird.
Oh, wow.
A new sponsor has come on, and they sent us all the equipment. And Fernando's like, we should unbox this because it's new product for this company. So he's like, we should unbox it on the news. So it's newsworthy because it is the updated version of this particular product. So we're going to do an unboxing on the news tomorrow morning, which would be kind of cool because we've never done that before. And then Saturday, of course, we have the live show, which will be the last live show until we get back, which will be here Thursday. That'll be the regular scheduled show. Right. Otherwise, it'll just be random shit throughout the day. So make sure you're following if you want to see what's going on at Master Tech Expo. It's going to be a huge show floor and also a gigantic outside area with I think there's going to be like 20 or 30 cars there.
Wow.
So, it's going to be a ton of stuff. But the thing is we've never done this before, so we have no idea time and when do we get to do stuff and when do we get breaks or any of that other stuff because we're there to support Kenwood. So, for those of you guys who have been waiting to find out new stuff that's coming out of Kenwood, we're going to be spending a decent amount of time there. So I know at some point we'll be doing a live show talking about all the new features that Kenwood has. We'll take a deep dive into that. That's where we did a deep dive of Alpine at Knowledge Fest. We'll do a deep dive on Kenwood while we're at this show, Master Tech Expo, because that's who we'll be there with. So
right.
I'm hoping to take the back off of the display so we can see the new backside of the 9000 series because it's a short chassis. And I want to see how they've done because supposedly the USB-C and the micro HDMI are countersunk, which is going to be awesome. So I'm kind of anxious to see what that looks like. So no side jag tonight, guys. I apologize. I didn't do my homework, and also I have a bunch of work to do. So this was my break for the week. What do you got coming up?
I just released a CT Sounds Tropo video doing really well. Nice. And they're going to do a giveaway on their page. So if you want to see related to the video, go to CT Sounds Only on Facebook if you do Facebook. And they're going to announce that tonight or tomorrow sometime. So it's a sub and an amp.
Speaking of giveaways, not to trump you there.
Okay.
We do have in April. We do have a Ground Zero giveaway that we're doing for 2 of their amplifiers. So we're going to do very similar to what we did with the Uranium. We're going to do it with this other series. It's going to be 2 amplifiers. I think it's like a 4-channel and a 2-channel that can be used as a monoblock. We're going to wire them up, put them on a board, do all the wiring, get everything, demo them, RTM, do the whole video. And then when we're done with the video, we got it all wrapped up. Somebody's going to win it. So,
dude, I want someone to win it and just throw it on the floor and just wire the wire. Just throw it on power the floor. Just hook the power up.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what it's going to be. It's like it's just we're going to run. It's going to be all wired up with like a 4-gauge in the ground and whatnot, and then you're just you can throw it in your car, just drop it in the back. I don't really care what you do with it. But
one screw to a subwoofer box.
Even better. But yeah, that'll be sometime in April. So probably towards the end of April. But yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the show.
I'm not saying we're giving it away in April, but we're gonna start the giveaway in April. Might be April, May before we actually do it. But look forward to that. Yeah, more free stuff,
free things.
All right, that's all I got, man. Thanks for watching, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Later.